Hey everybody, and welcome to I call this kind of the first series of the JBJ Cubey. And what we're going to be doing today is aquascape. So aquascaping is actually, it's very critical because, a lot of the times this is what people are going to see. Obviously, if you have a lot of fish in there, well, great and all, but being a nano cube, we're going to keep the bio load very low. And if you don't do your scape correctly, if your rocks aren't placed correctly, what you're going to run into is not having coral placement or having a lot of shadows. Like if you were to stand this rock up like this, right here, like this, you wouldn't have as much of an area to place a coral as if you were to place this rock like this, for obvious reasons, of course. So that's also very important. And obviously if I were to put this rock here, well, yeah, it looks beautiful and all, but guess what? We have a lot of shadowing here. So most corals, especially with this light fixture we have here, this light fixture, it will probably do SPS, easy SPS, Montiporas, bird's nest, but towards the top. And then on the bottom, we're gonna do LPS, softies, zoas, everything like that. Anemone as well. I'm planning on having probably even 2 anemones in this tank. So it's very critical that we do the aquascape correctly. Now, aquascape, it's something that's gonna take you a while. It's something that's not very easy. I should take that out. It's not that it's not easy, it just takes time. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me quickly get all right, so one of the things I had missed in what we're gonna need today is, well, these are the basic tools on the left we're gonna need. We're gonna need a hammer, which you're gonna see what that's gonna be for later. Preferably a chisel. If you don't have a chisel, a flathead screwdriver. Make sure it's a big, nice, heavy-duty one, because this is what we're gonna be using to break the rock, if need be, of course. We may not have to, but if we do, that's what we're gonna need. And then a big tape measure like this, which obviously dimensions of your tank. In my case, I have a wooden stick here. This is the height of the tank, and I'm gonna show you why I use this over this guy you're gonna see here very shortly. So obviously you don't need this. If you got a tape measure, that'll be good enough. And then tape, any kind of tape, obviously something that's removed easily, and I'm gonna show you guys what that's for. So generally, if you watch aquascaping videos, you're gonna see the rule of thirds. You divide your tank into 3 pieces going vertical and horizontal. And you wanna make the 2 visual points be where the lines intersect, which would be roughly about here and here. Just try to imagine 2 dots here and 2 dots here. So that's where we're gonna want generally our focal point. Being such a small tank, it's very hard to achieve the rule of thirds in a tank like this. So I'm kind of blowing that out of the water. And more importantly, I'm looking for a lot of surface area for these corals, which you can see here, you can see here, and that's really what I'm after. So to put this together, I did this probably a little bit before the video. This took me probably 2 minutes, and it's a matter of just rotating the rocks. You're gonna see, look at that, you saw that? That's actually better than when I started the video. You see how it just really nicely lined up, and we still have that flat surface for the corals with the slight angle towards the reader. So it's very nice. The light is still gonna be up here. It's gonna be able to come down and kind of rain all over this. And ultimately, this is gonna be more of a softy LPS tank. So we want the more contact rock surface, if that makes any sense, to be towards the bottom, because this is where we're gonna have more of our corals. It does me no good to kind of put this rock here, but yet the corals I want love low light, and they're not gonna be as happy as it would be here, or as they would be here, here. So that's also very important. So now that I have this here, you're gonna see what the tape's for. This is very low tack tape. It barely even tacks. I'm gonna put this here. And I'm gonna put this here. And one more right here. So the reason for that tape, let's say when doing your scape, you're gonna try hundreds of different things. Let's say I move this. And I'm like, holy crap, I don't know how I had the rocks earlier. I do remember this one here, and with the tape, I can kind of see where that was. It was facing me. and this one was kind of here. Okay, and I remember this one was also kind of facing me. It's always hard to get it back exactly how you had it. Sometimes it takes a little bit of tinker. There we go, right there. A little bit of tinkering. But you see where the tape really helped to get the rock back, you know, kind of like a reset. Obviously, if you're recording it or taking pictures, you can kind of do it like that, but ultimately the tape is what I found to be the best reference. So, also, save a lot of these little pieces. Oh shoot. Because really you'd be amazed what I can create with this. Like right now, just for the heck of it, I'm gonna create something. Like a lot of people are gonna look at this and say, these pieces, they're gonna look at this and say, well, that's a bunch of junk. I don't need that. What am I gonna do with that? And watch this. Watch this come to life. Like I haven't even rehearsed this at all. This is literally on the fly. That looks pretty decent. Oh, I really like the way this one fits there. Imagine this is actually what I end up staying with. Even better. And a lot of times you're going to see what just happened. The rock just kind of settles itself down. Obviously now I'm exaggerating a little bit. I'm adding a lot more than I actually have to. It's just really to prove a point. So you can see I just created, well, I actually kind of like the way it looks. I actually just created a scape, or in addition to the scape, which with what you guys saw is pretty much nothing whatsoever. Excuse the sound, that's the AC coming on. I have the door open because it's really hot in the garage. But yeah, you guys are able to see. Actually, let me close the door real quick so you guys can hear me a little bit better. I'm gonna sacrifice my comfort for the audio here. So let me go close the door. So we got the door closed, the audio is better, but you guys get to see, I was able to create this from nothing. This was literally from nothing. Watch, I'm gonna take it all down and just so you can see. It was literally created from nothing. So I'm kind of on the right track. And another thing, there is no right or wrong way of doing this. That's another thing I love about aquascaping. There is no wrong way, there is no right way. It's, you know, whatever is visually appealing to you. I do know for a fact, oh, I'm gonna show you what this is for. The reason I use this little wooden piece or anything of that sort, because this is styrofoam. Put that in there and guess what? I have my height. So this, another thing I want to let you guys know, most tanks you buy come in like a styrofoam or like a foam mat. Use that to your advantage, because obviously using this mat, I can see the dimensions of the tank. The only thing I'm going to use here is this to give me the back wall. So I had already measured it. I had measured the tank previously, and I marked it, and that's it. And like I said, the tank came in here. Obviously there's filtration department, so we have to not put anything back there. But in building it here, you want to leave a little bit of space around your tank so you can still clean it and, you know, get to the algae, because eventually, no matter what you do, algae is going to grow on the glass and you want to be able to clean it. A few of you may be saying, well, this is too close to that side. Yes, it is, but if I build a scape like this, I'll be able to later pivot it to this side and it'll equal out. So that being said, moving on, or continuing the scape, I also wanted to have an overhang kind of here in the front. And looking at the back, I'm kind of maxed out on the back. Not too worried though, but I want to be able to have an overhang of some sort. And I'm going to show you guys a little bit later how we put this all together, because you may be watching this video and saying, well, that's fine and dandy, you know, you're making it look pretty nice, but how in the hell are you going to hold everything together? So, like I said, a lot of this is trial and error. I'm probably not going to record the full thing of me making the skate, because like I said, I changed my mind. I'll probably sit on this skate, not sit on it, but I'll sit on the thought of looking at it for a few days, probably 2 days, and then I'll glue everything together. It's just, you'll find the right rock. You'll find the rock and you'll see where it wants to be. And you gotta be careful because we're starting to approach here the front. Oh shoot, there we go. See what I'm telling you? The rock will fit in on its own, just like you witnessed right now, and you don't really need to force it. Okay, so we are gonna pivot this, or move this all to the left. We still have quite a bit of height left, so there we go. There we go. You guys saw that? Look at that. Looks beautiful. Beautiful. So now we got to remember, a lot of the bottom is going to be covered up with sand. So when I do glue this, I'll probably glue it a little bit higher, maybe like that, because obviously the bottom is going to be filled with sand. You don't want to lay the rock just on top of the sand, although we could. We're probably not going to have any gobies in this tank, so I could possibly do that. But I'd hate to add a goby and then later, you know, it make holes everywhere and all my rock be moving. So I'd rather do it right the first time. Okay, this is looking all right. We can do some zoas here. This one's starting to get too high. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. Something like that, just for now. I think this is decent. You see, this is a step here. We have another step here, here, and here, all for coral placement. Now, these rocks obviously did start off like this. These I got from leftovers. So I also want to show you guys in this video. Obviously, sometimes you have to cut the rock, cut it, break it, whatever the case is. So you guys may be saying, well, how the heck do you do that? And how do you make the rock be what you want it to be? And it's very difficult to do that. As far as getting the rock what you want it to be. So you're just gonna have to break the rock, trust that it's gonna work out, and just kind of go from there. So I don't think I'm gonna use this piece the way it is, because let me show you. It's too steep. This face of it is just way too steep for my liking. I mean, I can try it just for the heck of it, but I really don't think it's gonna work. Oh shoot, it may actually work. I'd much rather because that's another thing. Once you do break the rock, there is no going back. I mean, I could glue it back, but when you see this here is starting to get too steep. This would work, but it's starting to become a little bit too steep. Because you can see anything else I place on top of it, it's just not gonna look right. Yeah, it's just way too steep. So this is where you gotta kind of stop what you're doing, look at the skate, and see what you either like or don't like about it. So, I'm trying to see here. Well, see, there's a nice. If I put this big piece, we're gonna lose. Okay, so this is where you kind of just take the gamble. I feel that if I do break this rock, I'm going to be able to work with it a lot better than if I leave it as it is. And as you see, what I'm trying to create here is a skate kind of working itself back, kind of like on an uphill back descent there. because once again, I want to be able to place the corals. You know, it does me no good to put this rock here, although a lot of you guys may say, wow, that actually looks pretty cool. Well, guess what? You're not going to be able to display your corals here, and you lost all this surface here for corals. So, I kind of like that. I'd rather use a lot of rocks to build up the scape. I'm really liking the way this one looks right around here somewhere. So I'm gonna put this piece, oh, it's probably gonna fall. I'll probably end up placing it like right here, a little overhang. Somewhere right there. I really like the way this piece came out here. It's actually like, you can see it's like an ascending ladder, like, you know, kind of like look. But as you can see, we still have quite a bit of height. Well, we have about that much more height left we can do on this. But we got to be very careful because we're starting to approach the back of this scape, the back wall. So I may have to remove 2 of these so it doesn't come out as forward. Maybe like just leave one of them. I mean, I can organize that later. So what we're gonna do now, I think, I know it's pretty hard to see from your view how it looks, but I'll do a few clips on it. What I'm gonna do now is we're gonna break this rock here. I'm just gonna go for it. I just don't like the way it looks. Let me try one more time. It may actually work. Yeah, it may actually work. So, you can see it takes a lot of time to get this all figured out. It's not something you just kind of throw together. I mean, you could just stack the rocks and call it a day. But, you know, actually spending time on the scape will make it look so much nicer. See, I don't like all this area. This seems blocked. I mean, I could chisel that off. That's actually really easy to do. It's just, I don't like the look this rock has. I just don't like it. Versus this one. It's starting to become. Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I just don't like the look this rock is doing. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get this out of the way. So right now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna break this rock. So there's no more looking back. I'm just gonna do it, and I'm just gonna break it down the middle. It looks like the easiest way to break this is gonna be right in here. And you can do this with the screwdriver as well. And guys, be very careful. Make sure you wear eye protection, wear some gloves, and be very, very careful to, obviously, last thing you wanna do is, you know, hit your hand with it, or have stuff flying in your eyes. So in my case, I do have a chisel, but like I said, a screwdriver would work. You're just gonna take a little bit more work, but we're gonna use this. And just by looking at this rock, I kind of want to break it right here. Because I can see the area I need to fill in. So right here, and just hit it hard. So you can see it's kind of not breaking exactly how I wanted it to. But as soon as I hit it right here, you're probably going to see the whole thing just shatter right about there. A lot of times it's just finding the right place to break the rock. Okay, there we go. So you can see here, I was really after this piece, and you can see I was able to get it. But all these little pieces you see here, do not throw them away, because all these pieces, believe it or not, they will add a lot of value to our scape later. So save all these. I mean, nothing smaller than this. I wouldn't worry about that one. You know, these are good, these are good, these are all good. Good, 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 good. And these are all gonna be fillers. So what I'm gonna do right now, sweep this all up, and then we're gonna get it back in. Okay, so we got everything swept up. And right now this rock fell. And if it wasn't for the tape, I wouldn't have been able to put it back. Because believe it or not, it's actually very difficult to get them back the way you want them. So this is the one we were able to chisel up, and you can see it looks very natural still. Very natural. You can't even really tell, you know, it was chiseled out. But right now we can take this out because it's kind of in my way. Okay, there we go. I think we're on to something here. I think we're on to something. Oh, shoot, it already went too far back, so we're not onto something. Not yet, at least. Let's move that one out of the way. This one may want to go here. So here I may do like a little overhang on the very top of it, just to add character to the scape. It won't, if I do it, it won't really be to place corals, but more just to add character to the scape. And if I'm going to do that, I need to make sure it doesn't add any shadow into the tank whatsoever. Because it's not really for coral placement, it's more just for looks. You see everything trying to fall over right there. So, okay, so it's not bad. I'm happy with this. I'm actually very happy with this. This overhang here, I'm not liking it too much because it's making me lose a lot of space. This actually would work, but I'm already too far to the rear. So this is not going to work. Let's set these pieces aside. We can still move the whole structure forward to make this work. So where you kind of grab the whole thing as one. Okay, that would work. This is, I can chisel that off very easily. Don't fall. And be careful not to drop, especially this kind of rock. The rock, if you guys are wondering what kind of rock this is Markos Rocks. So you can go to markosrocks.com. They're in Florida, and it's very inexpensive. It is dry rock. Obviously, you can do you can start your tank with live rock, but with live rock, you cannot have the rock outside of the water for this long. You're just gonna kill a bunch of the live stuff in it. So you've got to kind of be aware of that. And that's why I don't like, not only that, but the main reason I don't do live rock is because all the bad stuff it comes with. I mean, I should rephrase that. It doesn't all come with bad stuff, but sometimes you'll get aptasia, you'll get worms in there that you just can't see. They're inside the rock. The rock looks good. 6 months later, you have a whole pest issue or something killing your corals or killing your fish. And you just have no control over it. So you don't want to do that. So just for reference right here, this is actually pretty good. We still got height to kind of go. I really want to do a little overhang just to add character to this tank. It wants a bigger piece though. It doesn't want that. You're going to be able to feel what the tank, or not what the tank, what the rocks want. Now, this is where these little rocks come into place, or into play. Right now I need to fill a rock for right here. And remember guys, be very patient. This is gonna take a while, but patience is key. It's gonna be worth it. So, shoot, before everything falls apart, let's not flip out. Let's get everything back where it was. This was kind of like here. I should have put tape on this. I'm gonna regret this. I'm gonna regret this. So this is where you see where that whole tape thing kind of comes into play, because it's gonna be very difficult to get this rock back. I'm probably gonna have to watch this video. To get the rock back how it was, because I was actually very happy with it. And the reason I'm not cutting this video too much is because I want you guys to see everything I go through as far as putting the scape together. Don't think that only because I, somewhat have an idea of what I'm doing, don't think, I don't go through troubles too, like you just saw. I kind of lost my scape right now. I should have marked it and then we would have been fine, but I didn't mark it. So luckily this is all on video, so I'm gonna be able to go back and look at it. See, they're just not coming back together the way they were. Look, no matter what I do, they're just not coming back. Oh, I think that was it. And just don't get too impatient. Just be patient, guys. You have all the time in the world. There we go. That's it. All right, good tape. So I'm sorry if I'm boring you guys too with this video. That hopefully you guys are finding it entertaining. But I'd rather you guys see everything I go through than just seeing the final product. Because if you're starting to run into problems, I want you to see that I have the same problems too. And leaving the video, like that, unedited, you get to see that I'm going through the same struggle as you probably are. So right now we're gonna use a screwdriver. We're gonna punch it to the back to hold everything together. Okay, there we go. Worst case scenario, worst case scenario, watch what I'm gonna do right now. You probably already have an idea of what I'm gonna do. And this is very low tack tape, so you don't have to be too worried about it, leaving residue on your rock or anything like that. So there you go. You can see it's makeshift, and I'm actually seeing that it's very. You kind of can't see what I'm seeing, but just trust me, it's coming along really well. What I'm gonna do right now is trying to get you guys a little bit lower, so you can see exactly what I'm talking. So here you're kind of able to see the scape a little bit better, but on camera when I look at it, it doesn't look like what I see in person. But just trust me with it. So here. I just really need to have my overhang, even if it's all the way to the top. Okay, still got room. Wow, this looks absolutely amazing. And it's not just because I'm making it. It looks truly beautiful. I'm not gonna tinker with it much more. So let me explain to you guys. Shoot, let me get you guys there. Let me explain to you guys the whole layout and why it's like this. So obviously, I'm breaking a sweat here. Obviously we're trying to achieve the most surface area on the rock, which we have. All this is very useful for corals. And then this top, I probably won't put a coral, but it's more of a look. You can see there's a swim through here. And then the bottom, I'll still work on the bottom, kind of like a step down. Here, I'll show you very, very quickly here. You'll be able to see what I mean by that. So on the bottom, I want to do like a little step down here on the bottom. So it's not just a straight fall into like nothing. Okay. I wonder if this can be used at all for anything. Huh. I can even use this right here. I mean, I wouldn't mind having one little overhang. Oh wow, I think this piece is gonna go right here. Just to add a little bit more character. I'm either gonna plug it in. Well, no, I don't wanna lose too much space here. I think right here, this is gonna go plugged in. Just right over the kind of free floating. And then I may build it up just a little bit. I mean, yeah, I am gonna get a little bit of shadow under it, but I think this would add so much character to this scape. I can put the rock here just for the meantime, so you can kind of see what it's gonna look like. So you can see, obviously this is not gonna have the rock under it, but this is a flat piece here, and we can easily place, you know, a coral there. It's gonna fall any moment now. Oh, look at that. That actually looks pretty nice. So, like I said, on camera, I'm noticing everything just, the reason why you guys can't see it that well is because everything just blends in as one piece. You really see no depth of field. But yeah, guys, I you know, sorry about the long video. I just really wanted to show you guys how I do the scapes. And that even, you know, people like me run into troubles. You saw the whole thing just fall apart, and I was able to make it work again. So if you guys have any questions about scape or just any reefing question whatsoever, be sure to leave it down in the comment box below, guys. Obviously this video, I didn't do it too fancy, no voiceover, because I wanted you guys to experience it with me, and you can see everything I go through. Pretty much show you guys the struggle is real. We all run into problems when doing escape. It doesn't always come out as planned, but you know, at the end of the day, you make it work. You were able to see that you're able to form a rock really however you want with the chisel. You know, always save your pieces, your filler pieces, because like a piece like this, you may look and say, well, that's nothing. Well, guess what? That nothing can quickly turn into something, either right there. This is gonna fall, watch. Or right there. You know, there's so much, even right here, look at this. You can do, that may be too close to the edge, but you kind of get the concept where, you know, these little, I'm gonna show you these little pieces, they can be fillers. For like right here. Put some in there. And, you know, you would just kind of fill the places so it doesn't look too unnatural. This one is a perfect example for that place. You know, I would glue it in there. And then see that? It doesn't look that bad anymore. So I'm gonna have another video showing you guys how I put the scape together. I'm gonna sit on this idea for a few days, make sure my wife looks at it. I want some friends to look at it, send some pictures over. But I'm very comfortable. It's probably not gonna move. If anything, this piece is gonna fall here. So I'm maybe gonna get some tape and tape this top portion. But other than that, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like I said, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them down in the comment box below. And yeah, guys, be sure to subscribe. We got a lot more videos coming for this Cubey. I'm gonna be going full in depth as far as getting this thing, you know, fully running. As you can see, this is the first video I do, the first full detailed video I do for this tank. So yeah, I really want you guys to follow me on the journey, you know, with this tank. And if you guys have, you know, want to read about this tank, be sure to go to jbjlighting.com or just type in jbj Cubey 15 gallon. You'll be able to find it online. And it's a beautiful tank. It's a great tank to start off, and even for someone like me, not only to start off, but a great addition tank to have. And yeah, guys, as always, guys, thanks for watching and happy reefing.